The day before yesterday, before two lectures, we have started with the second section, fifth unit, named as functions. Today, we are going to see the further part of functions, that is composition of functions. Contents of these chapters are types of functions, composition of functions. So types of functions, various, I think 12 to 15 types are there. We have covered for types of functions. And now we will see the next part, that is composition of functions. Okay. So now what the composition is, we have seen the composition in case of relations. Okay. Composition of relations are like two relations are there, and three sets are there, means from set A to B and from B to C. The two relations are there. Then relation from A to C we can create with the help of composition of relations. Okay. Same is the case with composition of functions. Getting function, two functions are there, and with the help of composing them, we are creating the third function, that is nothing but h of x is equal to g of f of x. Okay, it is again the case sensitive, means we can go with the ordering only. If we are considering f composition g, then we will consider f of g of x, and if we will consider g composition f of x, then we will consider g of f of x. Okay, we will see one by one these statements, so we will get all the things. Function composition is an operation that takes two functions f and g and produces a function h such that h of x is equal to g of f of x. Okay, what the h of x is? G of f of x. See, very important bit this is, so don't get confused. H of x is equal to g of f of x when the two functions f and g are composed with each other. Okay, in this operation the function g is applied to the result of applying the function f to x. Okay, what we are doing, we are just g of x is a function, and instead of that x we are putting f of x. So g of f of x is the function composition of g and f. That is, the functions f is from x to y and g is from y to z are composed to yield a function that maps x in x to g of f of x in z. Okay, from x to y and from y to z. F is x to y, g is y to z. What we are doing? We are creating the third one. We are creating the third function which will be from x to z. Getting? We are creating the third function which will be from x to z. F will be from x to y, g will be from y to z. Then h will be from x to z. Composition of these two. Composition of f and g will be from x to z. Are composed to yield a function that maps x in x to g of f of x in z. Okay, this one, g of f of x, it is the third one, third function. Getting? Intuitively, z is a function of y and y is a function of x. Intuitively means what? Basically, if z is a function of y and y is a function of x, the z is a function of x. We know our commutative law. If z is from y and y is from x, then z is a function of x. The resulting composite function is denoted G composite f. How it is denoted? G composite f, which is from x to z. G composite x, which is from x to z, defined by G composite f of x. How it is given? G composite f of x is equal to G of f of x is equal to G of f of x for all x in x. Okay, for all x in x, whatever the f of x function will be there, it will be written in the place of x of g. g या फंक्शन मध्ये x जिथे जिथे असणार आहे तिथे f of x हे फंक्शन आपण पुट करणार आहे आणि ते कंपोजिशन सॉल्व करणार आहे. ओके. Composing functions is a chaining process in which the output of function f feeds the input of the function g. Okay, it's a chaining process. Means you may have studied lists in C or data structure. You are going to study. There is such a case that output of one place is given to the input of another place. We will see it with the help of whiteboard. So see here what it is here. F composite G. Of x, it is equal to f of g of x. Like this. Okay, we'll take a text box here. F of g is like this. If we consider g of f, it is g composite f of x, what it will be like? G of f of x. Getting? What I have written here is f composite g is there, then f of g of x will be there. When g composite f will be there, then g of f of x will be there. Getting? Whatever the function comes first, that will be applied to the second. How this is the chaining process now? I'll draw here. Suppose this is one function, that is f. Okay, and this is another function g. It is the input, whatever the function written here is in terms of x, it will be here. Okay, and output of this function will be given as input for this g function. Okay, this is output of this f function and this is input to this G function. Okay, function output of this function f will be given as the input to the function G. Okay, and whatever becomes here, output comes here is, it is f composite G. Getting how it is there? F composite G, how it is? Whatever the output comes from f function f, that is given as input to the function G. Okay, so how output of whole this system will be as f composite G. Okay, in case of G of f of x, what it will be? Same, instead of f, the first function will be G. Okay, second function will be f. It is for function G, whatever given is the input, then output for this G function, output of this G function G is given as the input to the function f. Okay, and whatever the output of this system is, it is like G composite f. Getting how the system is there? G composite f. First G comes there and then f. And what about f composite G? It is f and then it is like means output of this function is given to the second function. Okay, this is the chaining process. What it is called as? Chaining process. Getting? So now we will go to our slides. We have seen this composing functions is a chaining process in which output of function f feeds the input of function G. Okay, the composition of functions is a special case of the composition of relations, sometimes also denoted by this composite O. Hollow circle is the sign for that, this one O. Okay, it's like O, but it is known as composite. Okay, in terms of composition of functions or relations, it is like it is known as composite. Here like this, G composite F. Here is also written G composite F like this. Okay, as a result, all properties of composition of relations are true for composition of functions, though the composition of functions has some additional properties. Okay, now we'll see the properties for composition of functions. What is there in composition of functions? We will see this one, composition of functions on a finite set if f is equal to 1 1 2 3 3 1 4 2. Here it is like 1 1 2 3 3 1 and 4 2. Okay, and G, how it is there? 1 2 2 3 3 1 and 4 2. Here we can see 1 2 2 3 3 1 and 4 2. Okay, now how the composition is how the composition comes here, given in this diagram. See, from 1 to 1 and 1 to 2. Here 1 of A to 1 of B, and from 1 of B to 2 of C. Getting? So from 1 of A, it will go to 2 of C. Getting? Now from 2 of A to 3 of B, and from 3 of B to 1 of C. So this 2 of A will be from C of 1. Okay. Then this 3 of A will be there, will go to 1 of B. 3 of A will go to 1 of B, and 1 of B will go to C of 2. So 3 of A will directly go to 2 of C. Getting? This is the composition. Then same case with 4 of A to 2 of B, and 2 of B goes to 3 of C. So this 4 of A will directly go to 3 of C, like here. 4 of A is directly going to 3 of C. It is nothing but the composition of function. Composition of functions on an finite set if just a second, I lost my composition of functions on an infinite set if f is a function for real numbers, R is a set of real numbers. So f is function of real numbers is given by f of x is equal to 2x plus r. Okay, sorry, 2x plus 4. What the f of x function is? 2x plus 4. And what the g of x function is? X cube. Okay, so what f composite g of x will be? F of g of x. G of x काय आहे? X cube. So what we written is f of x cube. Okay, now f of x cube काय होईल? f of x जर 2x plus 4 असेल तर या फंक्शन मध्ये काय करायचं? जिथं x असेल तिथं x क्यूब पुट करायला लागणार आहे, कारण x ची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे इथे? g of x आहे. ओके, g of x काय आहे? x cube. So wherever there is x in f of x, there we will put the value of g of x. g of x काय आहे? x cube आहे. So what the composition function comes here? 2x cube plus 4. Okay, same case with this g composite f of x. What it is? It is g of f of x. Means g of f of x काय आहे? 2x plus 4 आहे. ओके, g of x काय आहे? 2x plus 4. गेटिंग? आणि मग ते काय होणार आहे? होल टर्मचा क्यूब, बिकॉज whatever there is g of x काय आहे? g of 2x plus 4. आणि फंक्शन g of x क्यूब काय आहे? g of x फंक्शन आहे x क्यूब. सो कंपोजिशन काय येणार आहे? या होल टर्मचा क्यूब येणार आहे. गेटिंग how we are placing the functions on their places? इथे x क्यूब का आलं? जिथे x आहे फंक्शन मध्ये तिथे आपण g of x ची व्हॅल्यू पुट करणार आहोत. ओके, मग g of x ची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? x क्यूब आहे. f of x क्यूब काय येणार आहे मग? 2x क्यूब प्लस 4. आणि मग त्याच्या उलट इथे काय आहे? g of f of x. एफ ऑफ एक्स काय आहे 2x + 4. मग जी ऑफ एक्स ची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे x³ आहे. मग त्यामुळे इथे ह्याची व्हॅल्यू x³ असल्यामुळे जी ऑफ एक्सची हे फंक्शन आपल्याला कॉम्पोजिट करताना काय येणार आहे, या होल टर्मचा क्यूब येणार आहे. म्हणजे एफ ऑफ एक्सचा क्यूब आपल्याला कन्सिडर करायला लागणार आहे. ओके, इट इज द कॉम्पोजिशन ऑफ functions. How we are getting f composite g and g composite f? Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So we'll proceed. If an airplane's altitude, it is the example, at time t is a of t and the air pressure at altitude x is p of x, then p composite a of t is the pressure around the plane at time t. Okay, how composition of functions and functions are used in physics, we can see here. What the example is given, airplane's altitude at particular time t is a of t. Altitude is a function of time and air pressure at altitude x is p of x. Okay, altitude is function of time and that at altitude x pressure is p of x, means what, pressure is again altitude is function of time and pressure is function of altitude. Getting f of g or we can see x is related to y and y is related to z. Getting or not? Yes. Altitude is the function of time. Getting, and pressure is the function of altitude. Pressure is function of altitude and altitude is a function of time. So composing them, taking composition of them at time t, what we will get is the pressure around the plane at time t. How here is one diagram, we can see function composition is applying one function to the results of another. The result of f of x we can take, suppose is sent through g of x. It is written like g composite f of x, which means g of f of x. Here output of this f of x is applied to g of x. Okay, then again here it is given the example like f of x is equal to 2x plus 3 and g of x is equal to x square. Okay, two functions are given, f of x is 2x plus 3 and g of x is the x square. X is just a placeholder. To avoid confusion, let's just call it input. Okay, x is called as input here just for the understanding. F of input is equal to f function काय आहे 2 into input plus 3, 2x plus 3 आणि g of input means g of x function काय आहे input square. Okay, now let's start. G composite f of x is equal to g of f of x. Getting इथपर्यंत तरी कळालं, हे पाहिलेलं आपण. G composite f is g of f of x. First we apply f, then apply g to that result. Okay, first we apply f. G of x is equal to, here it is given as 2x plus 3 square. G of f of x म्हणजे काय, g of 2x plus 3. G of 2x plus 3 means what? Whatever the input is there, square of that. 2x plus 3 is the input there and square of that will give us the g of f of x. Okay. What if we reverse the order of f and g? F composite g of x is equal to f of g of x. Whatever there is, f of x square. Okay, f of x square. तिथे इनपुट कुठे दिलेलं आहे? एफ मध्ये इथे दिलेलं आहे इनपुट. मग ते इनपुट काय द्यायचं आहे आपल्याला? जी ऑफ एक्स द्यायचं. जी ऑफ एक्स काय आहे? इनपुटचा स्क्वेअर आहे. म्हणून एफ ऑफ इनपुट मध्ये काय देणार आहे? 2x square plus 3. First we apply g, then apply f to that result. F composite g of x is f of g of x, that is f of x square, and then taking that 2x square plus 3 is the f composite g. Okay, g composite f is what? 2x plus 3 bracket square, but f composite g is what? 2x square plus 3. Okay, 2x square plus 3. It is composition of functions. Now, what are the properties of composition of functions? The composition of functions is always associative. A property inherited from the composition of relations, that is, if f, g and h are composable, then f composite g composite h is equal to f composite g composite h. We can shift the brackets here. The result will be same. Means if we compose g composite h first, and then result of that we compose with f, it will be equal to a composition of f and g, result of that composed with h. Okay, whatever the order will be there, it will be same, because this property is associative property. Okay, then the next property is the function g and f are said to commute with each other if g composite f and f composite g are equal. Okay, g composite f is equal to f composite g, then only the g and f are said to be commutative. Commutative is a special property attained only by particular functions and often in special circumstances. Actually, this is the property in very rare cases. Means functions generally are not commutative. We can see here g composite f is different and f composite g is different. It is attainable in only special cases. Okay, in special circumstances only we can consider this, that both the functions are commutative to each other, but it is not always, it is a rare case. Then the third property is the composition of 1-to-1, that is injective functions, is always 1-to-1. Similarly, the composition of onto, that is surjective functions, is always onto. This is again very important. The composition of 1-to-1 function is 1-to-1, and composition of onto function is always onto. Okay, this is about the composition of functions. Did you all get it? Composition of functions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll proceed now to the inverse of functions. The inverse of a function f, also called as inverse of f, is a function f inverse. You can see here f inverse, f raised to -1, that is f inverse. What it does, it undoes the operation of f. Okay, whatever the function is there done by this f, it undoes, means the reverse of this f is f inverse. Okay, whatever it does, it takes reverse of that. Okay, it is the f inverse. The inverse of f exists if and only if f is a bijective. Okay, f is bijective means what? f हे 1 to 1 आणि on to असं दोन्ही function पाहिजे. So that will be called as, it means it is possible that inverse of a function is there. If and only if there exists, means f is bijective. Okay, इंजेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय? 1 to 1. सर्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय? ऑन टू. आणि बायजेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय? इंजेक्टिव्ह आणि सर्जेक्टिव्ह दोन्ही पण. 1 to 1 आणि ऑन टू दोन्ही असेल, दोन्ही टाईपचं फंक्शन असेल एफ, तरच त्याचा इन्व्हर्स पॉसिबल होतो. ओके, फॉर अ फंक्शन एफ एक्स टू वाय, for its inverse, f inverse is y to x. Okay, x to y is there, then f inverse is y to x. It admits an explicit description. It sends each element x belongs to x to the unique element y belongs to y. X and y are the two sets. Okay, and this x is elements of this x and y is elements of this y. Okay, what the inverse does is admits an explicit description. It sends each element x belongs to x to the unique element y belongs to y, such that f of x is equal to y. Okay, what f of x is? F of x is equal to y. Then, as an example, consider the real valued function of a real variable given by f of x is equal to 5x minus 7. Okay, what the function given is 5x minus 7. One can think of f as the function which multiplies its input by 5 and subtracts 7 from the result. Okay, what the f of x is? 5x minus 7 means what? Whatever x is there, value given, that is multiplied by 5 and subtracted 7 from that 5 into input. Okay, to undo this, one adds 7 to the input, then divides the result by 5. Okay, what the reverse process of this 5x minus 7 means what? Input is multiplied by 5 and subtracted 7 from that. Okay, and whatever the reverse will be, what the reverse will be? Firstly, 7 will be added to the result, and after adding that 7 to the result, it will divide that whatever the particular answer will be there, that answer will be divided by 5. This will be reverse of that function. Getting? Then f of x is 5x minus 7. Therefore, the inverse of f is the function f inverse for real numbers defined by f inverse is equal, f inverse of y is equal to y plus 7 divided by 5. Okay, y plus 7 divided by 5. If f of x is 5x minus 7, then f inverse of y will be y plus 7 divided by 5. Okay, this is the inverse of a function. See here, what is f is what? A to 3, b to 1, c to 2. What the f inverse is? 1 to b, 2 to c, and 3 to a. Exactly reverse. Here we can see 1 to b, 2 to c, and 3 to a. Okay. By interchanging the roles of the independent and dependent variables in a given function, one can obtain an inverse function. Okay, what is interchanging the roles of independent and dependent variables? Interchanging the roles. First set will be taken at the second place and second set will be taken at the first place. Okay. Inverse functions do what their names implies. They undo the action of a function to return a variable to its original state. Okay. Whatever the original state will be there, that we will get. Reverse action we can do means on one side we are doing it like subtraction. On another side we will do addition to get the original result. Okay, same here written like they undo the action of a function to return a variable to its original state. Okay. Thus, if for a given function f of x, there exists a function g of y such that g of f of x is equal to x and f of g of y is equal to y, then g is called the inverse function of f and given the notation f inverse, where by convention the variables are interchanged. Okay, variables are interchanged there. For example, the function f of x is equal to 2x has the inverse function f inverse of x as x by 2. Okay, whatever the input is there, that is multiplied here, 2x multiplied by 2. Okay, then what the inverse of that function will be? X by 2, that is x is divided by 2. Okay, this is the inverse of a function. Let f be a function whose domain is the set x and whose codomain is the set y. Means f is the function from set x to y. Okay, because domain is x and codomain is y. So f function is there from x to y. Then f is invertible if there exists a function g from y to x such that g of f of x is equal to x for all x and f of g of y is equal to y for all y. Getting? G of f of x is equal to x and f of g of y is y. Means if what the condition it is taking, f is a function from x to y because domain given is x and codomain given is y, then f is invertible. How we can say f is invertible? If there exists a function g from y to x such that g of f of x is equal to x for all x and f of g of y is equal to y for all y. Okay, means what? f चा इन्व्हर्स फंक्शन काय आहे? g. ओके, f जर x to y असेल तर g काय असणार आहे? y to x. Okay, if f is invertible, then there is exactly one function g satisfying this property. Okay, f चा इन्व्हर्स युनिक असणार आहे. Exactly one function g will be there. f चं इन्व्हर्टिबल फंक्शन काय असणार आहे? g. पण ते युनिक असणार आहे. एका फंक्शन साठी अनेक इन्व्हर्स फंक्शन्स असतील. It is not possible. Okay, if f is invertible, then there is exactly one function g satisfying this property. The function g is called the inverse of f and is usually denoted as f inverse. What is there? The function g is called the inverse of f and is usually denoted by f inverse. Okay. What we get from this is, if f is invertible, only one function g will satisfy this property, means only one will be there. Only one inverse function will be there. Okay, means one function will have two or more inverse functions. It is not the case. One function is having only one inverse function. Okay, and that is unique. The function f is invertible if and only if it is bijective, that we already have seen. This is because the condition g of f of x is equal to x for all x implies that f is injective, and the condition f of g of y for all y implies that f is surjective. How it is saying that f of g of f of x is equal to x for all x implies that f is injective? Can anybody tell me yes? You just study this. Okay, take one example. This will be as your say homework or some thinking material to you, and explain me in the next lecture or session that we will have. We have seen all the material regarding this. Okay, I have explained you. Now you have to explain me after your study. Okay, how this g of f of x is equal to x for all x implies that f is injective, and the condition f of g of y is equal to y for all y implies that f is surjective. Okay, the inverse function f inverse to f can be explicitly described as the function f inverse of y is equal to the unique element x belongs to x such that f of x is equal to y. Okay, f inverse of y is equal to the unique element x belongs to x such that f of x is equal to y. f of x is equal to y असेल तर ह्याचा f of x चा इन्व्हर्स काय असणार आहे? f इन्व्हर्स ऑफ y. ओके, इज इक्वल टू x. ओके, f of x y आहे तर ह्याचा इन्व्हर्स फंक्शन काय असणार आहे? f इन्व्हर्स ऑफ y इज इक्वल टू x. Here f inverse of y is equal to this unique element x. Why unique element? Because this particular function will have only one inverse function. Okay, so whatever the answer will come, that will be unique element of x, that is set x. Now the last term from this chapter is composition of inverse function. How composition of inverse function is processed? If f is an invertible function with domain x and codomain y, then f inverse of f of x is equal to x. Okay, why it is? Because now only we have seen this one. f of x is equal to y आहे तर f inverse of y काय असणार आहे? x. Okay, so f inverse of y काय आहे? f of x. So what it is saying is f inverse of f of x is equal to x. If f is an invertible function with domain x and codomain y, then f inverse of f of x is equal to x, because f inverse is this function, inverse of this function only. Okay, this f raised to minus 1, that is f inverse, is nothing but the inverse of this function f. So whatever become will be there as original x. Okay, so for every x belongs to x, and f of f inverse of y is equal to y for every y belongs to y. Using the composition of functions, we can rewrite the statement as follows: f inverse composite f is idx, means f inverse of f, f inverse composite f will be x, and F composite F inverse will be Y. Getting the composition of inverse functions. Simply what the what we have is f of x is equal to y. So f in what we have is simply we have is f of x is equal to y. So what reverse of this will be f inverse. Okay, this is sign for raised to. Okay, f inverse means what? F raised to -1. So I am writing it like this. F inverse of y will be f of x. Okay, f inverse of okay, f inverse of y is equal to f inverse of f of x, and which will be equal to x. Okay, this x will be this x is element of set x. Okay, now what this saying is next, what we want is f composite f inverse. Now you tell me what this f inverse will be. Okay, one more statement I forgot to write. And एक minute. What the next is? From this, what we have is f inverse of y f inverse, sorry, f of f inverse of y is equal to y. Okay, what we get from here is this one. We know that f inverse of y is equal to f inverse of f of x, which is equal to x, where x is element of set x. And now what we know is f of f inverse of y is equal to y, where y is element of set y. Okay, same will be there, means f inverse of f of x is equal to x, where x is element of x, and f of f inverse of y will be equal to y, where y is element of set y. Now what is there? What we want to do is f composite f inverse. What it will be? F composite f inverse, composition of these two, f and f inverse. It will be f of f inverse. Yes, we already have written here. F of f inverse of y is equal to y. It will be y here. Okay. We have already written here. F composite f inverse. F composite f inverse means what? F of f inverse of y, which is equal to y. Okay. And what about f inverse composite f means what? Is equal to f inverse of f of x. F inverse of f of x is equal to x. Getting this concept? Composition of inverse functions. Getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Here same is written here. F inverse composite f means what? F inverse of f of x. F inverse of f of x is nothing but x. Here it is written. F inverse of f of x is x. And f composite f inverse means what? F of f inverse of y. F of f inverse of y is equal to y. Means it will be element of set y. Okay. It is nothing but the composition of inverse functions. So here it completes our 5th unit. It contains types of different functions, then composition of functions, properties of that, and inverse of functions. Okay. And in inverse of functions, there is a subbit that composition of inverse functions. Getting? So here it completes our 5th unit. So we can stop here. Write your attendance in chat box. Have you all submitted the assignment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All have to perform that. Submit your assignment. Your marks and attendance is going to be considered on that basis. So today we will stop here. Maybe in next week we will start with the new unit. Okay. Now the units are not that means quantity wise, if we take, they are not having much material, means like in 2-3 hours we can finish the stuff. Okay. For the second section. Okay. 5 units we have completed, 3 units are there which are remaining. Getting? So if any doubt is there, tell me, otherwise I will stop the meeting. Shall I end the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hope all of you are getting. Okay, bye. Have a nice time. Take care.